Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my updated Game Week 30 wildcard. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment. Are you thinking of wildcarding for Game Week 30? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, I have 0.6 left in the bank for this draft, so I have a little bit of extra spending money if I do want to change a player around. But my goalkeepers have actually changed since my last wildcard draft. Now, the Game Week 34 fixtures have now been confirmed. It's also been confirmed that Spurs are going to blank as well. Obviously, I'm going to be free hitting in 34, so I can have Spurs players, because a lot of people are going to be dead ending into like Game Week 35. And then obviously wildcard, and then they can just bring their Spurs players back in and stuff like that. So it's not really an issue. Obviously, because I'm using my wildcard now and I'm free hitting in 34, I have to have some Spurs players because they are likely to double in like 35 or 36. The Game Week 37 doubles haven't been confirmed yet, but they're like 99% kind of there. We're just waiting for the confirmation from the Premier League themselves. So yeah, we kind of know what fixtures to attack and stuff like that. And some of the doubles in 37 just don't even look that good. I'm still going to be bench boosting in 37. I don't necessarily like the idea of wildcarding now and then having those players until Game Week 37 for the wildcard, because a lot of things can go wrong in like 7 or 8 weeks, or 7 or 8 game weeks. But I've kind of just committed to this chip strategy, so that's just what I'm going to do. Either way, though, in goal, we do have Petrovic and Onana. So the reason I've gone Onana over Areola now is because he's obviously got a confirmed double. Well, not a confirmed double, but he's very likely to double in 37. And as well as that, Petrovic is also, likely to double in 37 as well. So it's just an extra couple of fixtures on the bench boost. Areola is not going to double. He does have Luton at home, which is a really nice fixture, but yeah, I just like the extra fixtures now for the doubles. I may as well just fully go in for the double game weeks in 34 and in 37 really. Like I say, this wildcard draft doesn't have to take any notice of game week 34 because, as I say, I'm playing my free hit. So yeah, they're my goalkeepers. Again, they don't rotate incredibly well. It's not too bad. But when like Petrovic has Arsenal, Onana's got Sheffield United at home, but I believe that's in Game Week 34 anyway, so I'd be free hitting in that week regardless. But yeah, the only issue is obviously Game Week 31 when Petrovic has United at home and Onana's got Chelsea away. I don't know who I would really play out of those two. Probably Petrovic, just because they've got the home advantage, but either way, it doesn't really matter that much. But that's kind of the goalkeeper combination I have at the moment. It is a bit pricey. It's a little bit cheaper than obviously Raya and Petrovic. I could go Raya if I want to, because like I said, I've got 0.6 in the bank. But they're doubling in 34. I can just bring Raya in on my free hit, so I don't really have to worry about that. So yeah, I think I'm just going to have these two goalkeepers. Again, things could change, but now that we've had like the doubles confirmed and stuff like that, yeah, this is kind of the combination that I'll probably finish the season with most likely. But again, if I do need the extra like 0.5, I can always drop a Nana down to Areola, because that'll give me 1.1 mil, and then yeah, I can obviously do something with that. Anyway, those are the goalkeepers. At the back, we've got Gabriel, Gusto, Van Heck, Udogi, and Lascelles. So obviously Gabriel's just got to be down there by default. I've got to have at least one Arsenal defender. A lot of people are going to have double Arsenal defense, and for that Luton at home fixture, you definitely would like a double Arsenal defense. So yeah, I can't really get rid of Gabriel. I've got a bit of money saved up in him as well. I think I bought him for like 4.8 or something like that. He now sells for 5.3. So yeah, I obviously it's a bit more money now if I wanted to get rid of him and then bring him back. I also haven't pressed like confirm on these transfers yet, because you'll see why later on. But yeah, I'm not completely committed to this, and yeah, I don't want to pull the trigger because I will not be able to get certain players back if I do go for this. So I want to be 1000% sure that I'm going for this before I do click confirm. But anyway, Gabriel makes the team. Obviously, we've got a lot of yellow flags right now as well. That's just what happens on the international break. I've got Gusto as well. He's just ill apparently, so he'll be fine. But yeah, 4.2 mil there as well. Again, triple Chelsea I feel like is kind of a bit of a must on a Game Week 30 wildcard because of all the doubles that they've got coming up. And, as well as that, like I say, you'd probably want some Spurs players on a Game Week 30 wildcard, which is what I've got. But yeah, Gusto, I understand that there's a little bit of a worry that, if Reece James is back, will Gusto's minutes drop? I would like to think that he won't be dropped because he has been one of Chelsea's best players this season. I've also gone Van Heck as well. They've obviously got some doubles coming up as well. They've got a double in 37, so yeah, he's just really they're just ready for that. It's not the greatest double at all, but it's another double game week player. It's going to be on my bench regardless. I'll be bench boosting. He wouldn't be like one of my starting 11, but it's an extra fixture. He's 4.1 mil. I think it's a little bit silly not to go with him. They don't have the greatest fixtures, obviously. They've got Liverpool, Arsenal, and City in the next 5. But I'm not really going to be playing him for any of those fixtures. You know, I don't have to worry about the Game Week 34 one. I can play him against Burnley. I could play him against Brentford if I wanted to. Yeah, like I said, it's not the worst thing in the world. Udogie is also on the draft as well, just because I want some Spurs players, because they will be doubling in 35 or 36. So I want the Spurs players for that. And it's just saving me a transfer down the line. I would like triple Chelsea and triple Spurs, and there might be an argument to bring in like Madison or someone instead of somebody else, which again we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I've also gone Lascelles as well. Again, I'm not completely convinced that he is going to start. You know, they could always move Burn into centre back, and then they can always bring someone else into left back. Is Lascelles going to go straight back into centre back? We're not sure. If he's not looking like he's going to, then I can always just have somebody else. You know, I've got money in the bank. I originally had like 8 Nori there, but I don't think I really need him in the squad now. I think I could just do with... I know Newcastle are like not even good at the back as well. It's a nice, easy, cheap enabler. And if he is going to play every game, because Botman's out now. He's out till the end of the season. He's out for like 9 months. He might not even play again this year. So, yeah, it's just a really, really cheap enabler. And like I say, clean sheets are really difficult to come by this season. I do not mind having a 3.9, a 4.1, and a 4.2 defender, because their ceiling's just not that high. You know, all of the really good FPL defenders just haven't really been performing this season. Obviously, Trent's been out. Trippier has been good in different stages of the season. He's been really bad in stages of the season. Obviously, we don't have Cancelo this year. So, yeah, it is one of those situations. But anyway, that's the back line, and those are the goalkeepers. In midfield, it hasn't really changed that much, I don't think. I've got rid of Gordon for Garnacho. But, yeah, we've got Saka, Salah, Palmer, Garnacho, and Son. So not super template. Obviously, more template would be Foden instead of Garnacho, and I am a bit worried that I don't have him, but I can always, you know, get rid of him for, you know, Foden in like game week 33 like Saka or something if I really wanted to, because, yeah, they do have a 34 double, but I can just free hit Saka back in, and I can get rid of Saka in game week 33 and then bring Foden in when they've got Luton at home, and I can do something like that if I really need to. It's just one of those. I mean, Arsenal's fixtures, they're okay, like, you know, 34 against Chelsea and Wolves, obviously I'll be freeing him in that double. Then they've got Spurs away in 35, like, that's... So London derby, obviously, North London derby, so you don't know how that's going to go. Bournemouth at home in 36 is obviously really nice, and then they've got United and Everton as well coming up. So I don't mind necessarily getting rid of Saka later on down the line, but yeah, for the immediate future, I'll definitely be keeping him. Salah, obviously, definitely in the squad. I can't go without him. Also, a bit of a differential this week as well. He's not, like, crazy highly owned. Like, 24% for Salah is, like, those numbers you just never see. Palmer, definitely down by default. Obviously, got to have him. Son, as well as that, like, another player that I understand the likeliness of, like, Richarlison and Maddison being good options because they're a lot cheaper than Son, but it's just Son, man. He's been so good this season. And then, yeah, Garnacho, mainly for the Game Week 37 double. He can play, you know, a game every now and again if I wanted to, but this is a 3-4-3 formation, which is why, you know, he's just basically an enabler. You know, I don't really need anybody else instead of him. But yeah, the midfield, like I say, it kind of picks itself a little bit. I don't mind having Garnacho. Like, there's obviously some really cheap assets on this midfield, but you just kind of have to do it. You got to have a lot of enablers to be having Salah, Son, and Haaland in one draft. But yeah, midfield, like I say, it's okay. It's not too bad. I could, if I wanted to, go Gordon over Garnacho. I could always downgrade out Onana back to Areola, Garnacho up to Gordon. I think I can just do that. So if I wanted to, I could do that. But if we go over to my attackers, I've actually brought Isak in. And again, this is why I've not clicked confirm yet, because I don't 100% know if I want to bring Isak in for Watkins. So that's why I'm not, like, completely convinced. But yeah, my up for an are Isak, Solanke, and Haaland. To be fair, I might not even go Solanke. I could always go Darwin Núñez instead. It's just, like, a little bit worried about his minutes, really. But yeah, I could always bring Darwin in. I do have a little bit of extra money for that, yeah, so 0.3. So this could be my upfront as well. Like, Solanke would be fine. Like, he's obviously doubling in 34, but I can just free hit him in if I wanted to. But yeah, Isak, I mean, his minutes have been all over the place, but he has been, like, injured quite a lot this season, but the fixtures are just so nice for Newcastle. They've got West Ham and Everton at home in the next two. Fulham away is not bad. Spurs at home, obviously, okay. It's not great. Palace away in 34, but then they've got Sheffield United at home, Burnley away, Brighton at home, Brentford away as well, and a double in 37. It's just such good fixtures on penalties as well. And you know, when he starts and he is fit, he does get good numbers. You know, he's a good player to own. And I've never really owned Isak as well. I feel like he'd be a nice player to own for once. And then yeah, Darwin Núñez as well. Like a little bit shaky on his minutes too. Like fraught with danger this up front is because they're all very injury prone apart from Haaland. Even though he has been injured for big parts of this season. So that's the worry there. But there's not really any other strikers barring like Solanke and obviously Watkins that I don't think I really want to own anybody else. I mean, Jackson could also be a bit of a shout, maybe a little bit of a differential. But at the same time, I've already got my triple Chelsea. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe Isak and Darwin will have to see, and then obviously Haaland's down by default as well. So yeah, this is the wildcard draft that I've currently got. Like I say, it's kind of attacking the doubles coming up, barring 34. Like for obviously 35 and 36, if they double Spurs and Chelsea, they'll double in one of those weeks. I've got triple Chelsea. I can always get rid of, you know, Saka in 35 or 36 if I don't bring Foden in, and then that's another double. I could bring in Maddison or something like that. And then for 37, I've got Onana, Garnacho, Lascelles, Isak already, and then obviously I can just bring in other doublers as well. I've got Van Heck as well, who will be doubling, Chelsea players, stuff like that. So yeah, and the City players are obviously something else that I'll have to bring in, but again, I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, I'm not completely convinced by this, but again, I'll do some more research, I'll do some more like looking around. Obviously some more injuries could happen on the international break. If that is the case, then obviously the team will have to get changed again. But yeah, as of right now, this is my current wildcard draft. Again, I've not clicked confirm yet because I won't be able to bring Watkins back in if I do it, and I'm not 100% convinced if I want to get rid of Watkins yet. But yeah, I mean, this is just kind of like, I don't think it's super template, but there is a lot of template here, obviously. But either way, that's my wildcard draft as of right now. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you enjoyed today's video, please do drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on my wildcard draft. What is your wildcard draft if you've played it? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. And until next time, peace.